All right, let's just jump right into it. It feels like it was literally yesterday that the #1 beauty ideal was this super exaggerated, surgically created hourglass figure. And now, in the blink of an eye, the pendulum has swung to the absolute opposite end of the spectrum. We're talking about a kind of whiplash in beauty standards that is just faster and more jarring than anything we have ever seen. And you can see the difference right here. It is absolutely stark. On one side, you've got the 2010s BBL era, those extreme curves, that exaggerated hourglass. And then on the other side, you have today's aesthetic, which is being driven in a huge way by the diabetes drug Ozempic, where the goal is extreme thinness and these kind of hollowed-out gaunt features. We've gone from surgically made curves to pharmaceutical-fueled thinness in just a handful of years. It's wild. So, this all leads to the big question, right? The one we're really trying to answer here. Why? Why are these body ideals changing so violently, flipping from one impossible standard to the complete opposite? What is actually driving this never-ending contradictory cycle? Well, to really get what's happening today, we've actually got to go back in time. So let's rewind to the 1990s and take a look at how these super controversial heroin chic look kind of set the stage for all these dramatic swings we see now. This one quote, famously said by supermodel Kate Moss, pretty much became the mantra for the entire 90s. At just 14 years old, Kate Moss became the face of a movement that was a total rejection of the healthy, athletic look of the 80s supermodels that came right before her. In this timeline, it really tells the whole story of that trend's life. It all started in the late 80s as a pushback against those strong, vibrant models like Cindy Crawford. By 93, Kate Moss's Calvin Klein ads just made this gaunt, almost frail look the height of fashion. But the trend had a really dark side. The big turning point was the tragic death of a 20-year-old photographer named Davide Sorrenti in 1997. That caused a huge industry backlash. Even President Clinton spoke out against it. By 1999, when a healthier-looking Gisele Bündchen hit the scene, the heroin chic era was pretty much declared over. So with heroin chic on the way out, the pendulum was ready to swing back. And boy, in the 2010s, it didn't just swing. It flew to the complete opposite side of the universe, toward an ideal of extreme, surgically built curves. So how did we get there? Well, for a bit in the late 90s, Jennifer Lopez was getting a lot of attention for her curves, but she was mostly seen as the exception, not the rule. The real game changer was Kim Kardashian. She gets famous around 2007, but the perfect storm really hits in 2014. Her Break the Internet magazine cover dropped at the exact same time that Instagram was just exploding. That combination right there, it created and cemented a whole new mainstream beauty standard, the exaggerated, often surgically enhanced hourglass figure. So what exactly is a BBL? This is super important. It is not butt implants. A Brazilian butt lift is a procedure where a surgeon literally takes fat from one part of your body, like your stomach or your thighs, and then injects it back into your hips and buttocks to sculpt this shape that, let's be honest, often doesn't occur in nature. And getting this look came at a ridiculously high price. The BBL is one of the most dangerous cosmetic surgeries out there. It has a shockingly high risk of what's called a fatal fat embolism, which is where some of that injected fat gets into your bloodstream. And the recovery is just notoriously brutal. We're talking weeks and weeks where you are literally forbidden from sitting down. Then, just as the BBL look was absolutely everywhere, the pendulum swung back. Only this time, it swung faster and harder than we've ever seen, and it was driven not by a surgeon's scalpel, but by a prescription in a syringe. And the speed of this is just mind-blowing. Look at this timeline. So Ozempic gets approved for diabetes in 2017. Just 4 years later, in 2021, you've got this mix of post-pandemic weight anxiety and a ton of TikTok chatter, and suddenly off-label interest just skyrockets. By 2022, it's Hollywood's worst-kept secret on the red carpet, and it creates this crazy situation where there were actual shortages for diabetics who need the drug to live, while celebrities seem to have no problem getting their hands on it. And here's a really key point. This new ideal isn't just about being thin. It is about achieving a very specific gaunt look. And this has fueled the rise of other procedures like Buccal fat removal, where doctors actually take out the natural fat pads in your cheeks to create that hollowed out, almost skeletal appearance, a look that is eerily similar to the heroin chic face of the 90s. Okay, so we've seen the what. These wild swings from one extreme to the other. But now we're going to get to the real why. Because this isn't about fashion, and it's not about what people prefer. It's about a very powerful economic engine. It's about money. This right here is the main thing to understand. These rapid, contradictory changes in what society calls beautiful are not an accident. They don't just happen. They are manufactured. They're created on purpose for one very simple reason: profit. And this slide, it just lays out the playbook perfectly. Step 1, an industry creates a new insecurity. Hey, your butt isn't big enough. Step 2, they sell you the very expensive solution, in that case, the BBL. But once they've sold you on that, they need to sell you something new. So step 3, they flip the script and make that old look out of style. All of a sudden, you're too curvy or your face is too full, which of course leads to step 4, selling you the solution to the new insecurity: Ozempic, lipo, buccal fat removal. It's a perpetual hamster wheel of manufactured insecurity designed to keep you buying. But what's really different now is the speed. The heroin chic era, that lasted for about a decade. The swing from the peak of the BBL craze to the Ozempic era, less than 2 years. Social media, and let's be real, especially platforms like TikTok, have put this entire profit cycle on steroids. It can flip a body ideal in a matter of months, not years. So that leaves us with one last really important question. If the standard of beauty is basically designed from the start to be impossible to achieve, and if it's guaranteed to be called out of style the second you get close to it, who exactly is benefiting from this endless race? Who are we really, truly changing for?